Intellectual property refers to creations of the human mind. So what this is it is property like any other property, but it is property that results from what people create using their human mind, the result of the human endeavor, the intellect that is used towards the creation of a particular goods or service. So for example, you can come up with a solution to a technical problem. You come up with an invention that solves, as an example, the extraction of copper. If it is a complicated process, you come up with an invention that makes it shorter, quicker, and faster. You can get protection over that by way of a patent. Or if you come up with a name which differentiates goods from one business to another, you can come up with a name and you call it that the right that you get out of that is a trademark. Or you can design a product such that its physical appeal is one which differentiates it from one product to another, and it has an appealing effect on the one who sees it. Then you get an industrial design protection. You can also create a story, you can write a story, you can compose a song, and you get exclusive rights over the use of your composition, and that is a copyright that you get. The benefits of IP registration are that you get exclusive rights over the use of what you have created. So you can only exclude others from using what you've created when you have your rights protected, and this is usually by way of registration. So if you do not have your rights registered with the Patents and Companies Registration Agency, you will not be in a position to exclude others. And when you exclude others from using your intellectual property, you can then place a premium on the use of that intellectual property. So those who want to use your property, your intellectual property, can pay for use of that intellectual property. And out of that, you'll be able to make money, and you can even make a living out of the exclusive use of your intellectual property. The process of registration of IP rights with PACRA is simple, but it varies from one particular IP right to another. If you want to register a trademark, for example, the first thing that you need to do is to come up with a name which can differentiate the goods from one business to another. So what that means is that it should not describe a product, and it should not be against the laws of morality. It should also not infringe the rights of an already registered trademark. And when you meet all those requirements, you then file an application at PACRA. We will examine that application. If it meets the requirements and it doesn't infringe on the rights of any prior registered rights, you will then pay for advertisement. That period for advertisement allows for those who have interests in that particular mark, in case we missed anything, to oppose if they have the rights to. If that period passes, then you pay a fine or fee for registration and you get a certificate. So you get protection initially for 7 years without paying anything, and thereafter you keep renewing for periods of 14 years until you are no longer interested. That's for a trademark. For an industrial design, you file an application, you pay a single one-off fee. We examine and see if it is new. In other words, if it has not been created by anyone else, and then if it has individual character, meaning can we differentiate and set it apart from other designs. The moment that is done, we advertise it once in the journal, which I referred to in relation to trademarks, and thereafter you get your certificate and you can renew it once for another term of 5 years. For patent protection, you file equally, and we'll check whether or not it meets the requirements. Is it new? Does it have what we call an inventive step? Is it something that you can reproduce? Does it have industrial applicability? If it meets all those requirements, then you will pay a fee for its advertisement, and thereafter, if no one opposes the registration, we issue a certificate, and you have protection for a period of 10 years, provided initially that you keep renewing the mark and the patent, and thereafter you maintain those rights. Now, you also have copyright registration. So copyright registration refers to if you, for example, created any literary works, you've written a book, you've created an app, you've come up with any software, you can deposit a copy with us and we'll issue with a registration certificate, and you pay a one-off fee. That one is valid for the life of the one who created it. So which means for as long as you are alive, it is valid, and it remains valid 50 years after your death. My word to musicians as I celebrate World IP Day this year is that we all, as consumers of your products, we do feel the beat. We feel the beat of your work, we feel the beat of your labor, and as a result, we are working closely with you, and we also intend to continue working with all other stakeholders to ensure that your rights are protected, that all platforms on which you put your rights give you benefits for putting in your work, because it takes a lot of work for you to compose that song, it takes a lot of work for you to write those lyrics, it takes a lot of work for you to organize everything together and give us that beat which we so much enjoy. And on our part as the Patents and Companies Registration Agency, it is our pleasure to celebrate this day with you. And one of the things that we're doing is ensuring that our laws respond to the changes in the business environment, the changes in how people access your content, so that as a musician you are protected and that the labors of your work are sufficiently rewarded. And we wish you all the best as we celebrate this day, which we intend to celebrate with you and journey with you in the process of ensuring that you recover what you put in, but not only that, that you reach high heights in the process of your work.